Hi there. It started. I had some gas bubble coming out. Anyway, this is Tom the Beer Whisperer, and I've decided to go ahead and still sit in my chair and talk about part two. Um, Again, I'm not going in any particular order. Deep, 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 deep. I'm just going to talk about the things I'm able to talk about. Again, like I said in the first video. Some people had mentioned when it first happened, said you should chronicle this on video, and the truth is, I don't. I guess some people can. I wasn't able to at that time. It takes me a while to process things, so I'm only able to talk about the things I'm able to process at that time. So anyway, people ask about how it came about, how we found out about Seamus, and here's uh, Seamus. Actually had perfect attendance in school from kindergarten through just about half the seventh grade. So I guess it started right about Christmas break or winter break, whatever you choose to call it. I guess they don't call it Christmas break in school, but I always refer to it as Christmas break. But anyway, he wasn't feeling his best, but the truth is that's normal for Seamus. He always doesn't really get sick, but he always seems to kind of let down during all the vacations during Thanksgiving and then during Christmas as well, and then usually spring break, because he's like I said, he's never been sick. He never misses a day of school, so it seems like during that period his body kind of lets down, and he's not always feeling his best. So and he'd been right in the middle of basketball season, so I know his body was a little fatigued anyway. Uh, then when he started up, he'd mentioned after basketball practices, he was some of the running was a little harder for him. And then he got through basketball season, and they just got through a rough tournament and they did very well. And so I know he was tired, but then he started mentioning that his jaw hurt. So and then a day or two later, he'd mentioned that he was having some joint pain. So we took him in to see a doctor, and we described the symptoms and everything. And they were concerned that he had a growth plate issue because he's 13 years old and 5'9", and he's having joint pain. It seems to most parents as growing pains of some sort. Of course, we know now he had leukemia, but the truth is, at the time, I'm talking about a kid that's never been sick. So I mean, it was never even a thought in the back of my mind. Well, I hope they check for cancer. I mean, of course, it was never a thought. People ask you questions. Well, it never crossed my mind. It could never been sick. So anyway, they checked for they did X-rays, and everything came back fine. They didn't take any blood, but I guess I'm told that's normal. But of course, hindsight's always 20/20. I wish, as a parent, you look back and say, oh, why didn't I do this or why didn't I do that? I should have demanded this or that. But again, I'm talking about a kid that never been sick. So, again, I rambled a little bit, but anyway, they thought it was just a virus. They gave him some naproxen. They sent him home on his way. But about a week later, he's still not feeling his best, and he comes home on a Friday with a bloody nose. Okay, we know naproxen can do that. The doctor says take him off of naproxen. We do that. So anyway, Monday he's still got a bit of a bloody nose. We take him to the doctor. This doctor comes in a good mood, and then all of a sudden he has this very concerned look on his face, and he's not saying much to us at this point, but he orders a full blood workup on Seamus. And then he's gone for quite some time. It takes a good hour and a half to get the blood results back, and I think it was almost 2 hours before we saw the doctor actually come back in, and he tells us they want to get Seamus admitted to the hospital. He doesn't want to tell me what's wrong, so I finally ask him point blank, what do you think it is? And he says, well, we think it's ALL. We're about 80% sure it's ALL leukemia, but I need to get him admitted upstairs and let you talk to the doctor. And that's kind of how the ball got rolling, and I'm going to cut this part 2. Bye-bye.